Hi, and thanks for watching. I wanted to do a quick review on my Amiga Speedmaster. This is not the current version of the Amiga Speedmaster that you can purchase in store at the moment. This is the previous version with the Hesalite crystal. I had a decision or a choice to make between the Hesalite crystal and the sapphire crystal, and for me it was Hesalite crystal all the way. I guess that was probably just due to the heritage of the watch and what it signifies in terms of the moon landing. I've been really happy with the Hesalite crystal so far. Originally I purchased this watch on, it came in the full box with it was a large box. It had the strap to go over the top of the spacesuit. It had some tools like a spring bar tool. It had magnifying glass, and yeah, it originally had the metal bracelet, which in this particular version of the watch, I think, which was available until maybe 2020 or 2021 or something, before they updated to the current version. The lugs I found on the bracelet were, I don't know, they kind of protruded a little bit further than what the end of the lugs here, and I kind of just felt it didn't sit well on my wrist. So I've probably done myself a disservice in terms of, if I ever wanted to get rid of this as a full collection, that it's actually not a full collection, because I sold that bracelet a while ago. But for me, I don't think I'd ever get rid of this watch. It's here to stay, and I prefer to wear it on the leather strap, which this is just a plain leather strap, a Hirsch leather strap. If you're sort of looking at straps or what have you, Hirsch is definitely a good consideration because they're pretty durable, well-made watch strap. I purchased this watch at retail. I did know that the current version was coming out, so I sort of got this, sort of bit the bullet and decided to get this before the current version came out, and I'm quite happy that I did. If you're looking at buying an Amiga Speedmaster from an authorised dealer, very easy to get. You can get one pretty well at any time. I mean, you could walk in today to an Amiga dealer or authorised dealer or boutique, and you'd be able to get one of these straight away in the current version. I tend to like the current version in terms of its strap, or bracelet I should say, more so than I do the older version. My dad has an Amiga Speedmaster in Hesalite crystal in the current version, and the bracelet contours to the wrist really nicely. It just sits really well, very, very comfortable. So, if you were looking at purchasing one watch to have in your collection for a long period of time, an Amiga Speedmaster is certainly one that could or should be, a consideration for you. So I just thought I'd give you a quick look at mine. They're very, very easy to change the bracelets over or the bands over. You just use your spring bar tool, you just pop it into the side here and pop it out. And they also look quite good with NATO straps, whether it's a canvas strap or a rubber strap, something similar. So you sort of find that if you're getting bored of the watch at any one time, they're really easy to kind of just update, and it's almost like you're wearing a brand new watch. So it's probably one of the best things, to be honest, about the Amiga Speedmaster is just their versatility. Everything is really well thought out. The hour markers are quite easy to see. The loom is quite good. The hands on the black face, stand out really well. So in terms of telling the time in any kind of light, whether it's high sun, glare, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can always tell the time at a very easy glance, which that's the purpose of a watch. So it does its role being a watch very well from that perspective. The one thing I did want to mention about the Hesalite crystal that I really like is the ability to be able to actually keep it in nice, neat condition. I have scratched this watch quite a few times, and I've utilised the polywatch solution. So it's pretty much just a little squeezy tube that you get. You can get it from eBay or wherever, and it comes with a little cloth, and you basically just put your solution on the top of the Hesalite here, just a little dab or a dot, and then you just rub it in, and it gets rid of the scratches. It gets rid of most scratches. There's one little dent that I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a little dent up on this side here where I knocked it. I can't get rid of that. It's dented into the Hesalite, but I had a scuff, like a pretty decent scuff on here a few weeks back, and I just did 2 applications of the polywatch solution, and it pretty much came up brand new. The other good thing about the Hesalite crystal is that in terms of the cost of replacing them, if you did crack them, because you could possibly crack the Hesalite crystal, not to say that it's not durable, because it is durable. It's just possibly not going to take a knock, maybe necessarily as well as the sapphire crystal. But in terms of replacing it, they're quite cheap, like really cheap, I think. So, but in the meantime, if you're not up for a service interval or what have you, and you've got a few scratches, the polywatch is a really good option. I originally had a bit of a love-hate relationship with this watch, only because I've got another 1 or 2 watches that only just tell the time, but this is my only chronograph watch that I have. I do like the chronograph function. I probably prefer a rotating bezel of a dive function watch more than I do the chronograph, and that's just personal preference, each to their own. Probably one thing that I don't do with this watch that I do with my my other dive watches is wear them in water. I do think, I'm pretty sure this has got a 30-meter water resistance. I have had this immersed in water, but very, very rarely. I don't wear this in the shower. I sort of take it off if I'm going to be doing that, and I wouldn't necessarily take this diving or swimming. It might hold up, might not. I'm not sure. I just don't really see this as a dive watch, so I just I wear it accordingly. So, but if you're on the fence, you're looking at a watch, you're not sure. If you're just wanting one watch that is quite versatile and easy to wear, and fairly well respected and recognised, this could be a really good consideration for you. The other thing about Omegas, and I would encourage you, just depending on what your opinion is of this, but if you were looking at purchasing an Omega Speedmaster, I would strongly suggest having a look at the grey market. And it's not to say that they don't hold their value. They do hold their value, but they probably don't hold their value as much as, say for example, a Rolex or something else like that. And they certainly don't appreciate in value, which to me, that's not an issue. And if you're looking at purchasing a watch because you like it and you want to wear it, then perhaps that's not going to be an issue for you. But I suppose the benefit, or I guess what I'm trying to say here, is that if you were happy enough to purchase one second hand on the grey market, you can find these at a really decent price. So something worth considering for sure. And also considering that Omega has had a fairly significant increase in its pricing in recent years, perhaps trying to keep up with the likes of Rolex and what have you. Do I think it's a valid increase sort of thing? I don't know. It's each to their own, I suppose. If you really want this watch, you'll potentially go after it and pay what you think it's worth. But it is certainly worth having a look at the grey market to perhaps procure something like this. Anyway, look, that's about all I've got for you on this watch. It's my Omega Speedmaster. It's got the Hesalite crystal. Really nice watch. Man on the moon. First watch worn on the moon. Professional. Long history. It's an iconic watch. If you're considering it, I don't think you can go wrong. Thanks for watching.